Hi and welcome to Ball Masters Football. We have a special episode for you guys. We'll be talking about Jesus, the goal machine at the minute, the guy on form. So Jesus, how great has he been for us?
Yeah, I think he's been a vital kind of addition to our squad.
I think he's an important sign.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. He's brought a sort of leadership and a winning mentality.
Yeah.
When it comes to the squad, and I think he's leading from the line, and he's setting high standards for other players. In my opinion.
What do you think his impact's been so far? Since obviously I know the good thing is Arsenal's been buying players early. So how do you feel that his impact's been since? Obviously I know he's been winning from pre-season.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's brought a sense of intensity and a sense of kind of togetherness with the club as well. He's kind of brought. I wouldn't say it's just him that's brought the club together, but he's kind of, shown more of a. He's stepped up really, I think.
Yeah.
Compared to likes of our previous strikers like Lacazette and Aubameyang, I think Jesus has stepped up and he's kind of shown that he's the main man.
Yeah, and I think with great responsibility, sometimes it can bring out, the characteristics which he maybe wasn't allowed to do at City. Again, pre-season, he scored, 7 goals in 5 games so far this season. So that's just pre-season. Obviously now with him going into, obviously hitting the ground running come start of the season, he scored, 2 goals in 3 games, 3 assists as well. So the difference is as well is the type of striker that we're getting is someone that can score goals but also can assist as well. I quite like the fact that he can get past players with ease. Like, Aubameyang is like a goal scorer. Yeah. You know what you're going to get. You're not necessarily going to get him doing necessarily what Jesus does, like, can play with his back to goal, like the attempt what he did with against Leicester. Was it Evans? When he's spying. So it's just things like that. The opening where he beat like 2-3 players, played it into Martinelli, and then from there we were able to get a goal. What I did like was the fact that we were able to get bodies into the box as well. So even though he was the target and the vocal point, Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, Xhaka as well now. So I think now you're getting goals from all over. Yeah. So I think with him being there, I think it's enhanced everybody's game and everybody's now wanting to get. Obviously now that everyone's getting on the score sheet. You've got defenders, midfielders now scoring goals. So I think it's put. I think it's just enhanced everybody, and I think with the other signings as well. But we're going to obviously be today's show is about Jesus, but I think he's enhanced everyone's. Since his arrival, I think he's enhanced everyone's faith and enthusiasm, motivation. What else do you think that he's brought?
I think he's brought a sense of kind of fight to the team. Yeah. I mean, we saw in the Nuremberg game. I know it's Nuremberg, but we were 2-0 down. 2-0 down. Yeah. Was it 2-0 or 3-0?
2-0.
2-0 down.
Yeah, 2-0 down. Yeah, half time.
At half time, he came on, and he scored. Was it 2 or 3? 2 or 3?
He scored. I believe it was. I think it was 1 or 2. I think it was 1 or 2.
But even though
it was 1 or 2, he scored.
He still got on the goal sheet. He still played his part. So I think even if we're in a losing kind of state, he's not one to shy away. Yeah, he's one to step up and take responsibility and lead from the front.
Yeah, I agree. Talking about leaders, I know that he's a part of this leader group. Yeah. I know he was talking off air about it. With him, Xhaka and Odegaard. Yeah. And again, I'm quite surprised with the fact that Xhaka is mentioning being a leader. I know with his time at Arsenal as being captain, it hasn't been great, and I know that he's kind of regained the faith of the Arsenal fans who now kind of trust him now. And I think the All for Nothing, which again we'll do a review on, I felt that
showed his true colours,
and I think it kind of gave even I I wasn't really a Xhaka fan until I saw the All or Nothing, where I was able to see that, you know, this guy really cares. And I think, you know, you can see now he's scoring goals, and I think now you're seeing a different player. So I think that has helped as well. In terms of maybe at City, he wasn't necessarily getting that sort of trust where, you know, you can be a leader at obviously City. You're going to be playing every single week. They couldn't guarantee him that because, again, at the time, obviously Aguero, Sterling.
There was bigger names in front of him.
So he was playing bit part, and I think it's a bit like Sanchez when he was being a bit part player at Barca.
Yeah,
he just needs to get a run of games, and once he can get a run of games, you know, the sky's the limit. So I think what we're seeing at Jesus at Arsenal is just seeing a primed. Peaking player that is ready to go, and I think we're only going to reap the benefits from it. I just think, you know, sometimes you never know what kind of quality a player could have, and I think Arteta may have seen it from his time at City and said, you know, this guy is a leader, and now he's come over now, and he's given him trust, he's given him responsibility in terms of being a leader, and now all that's done is just gone boom, and it's just made him a lot bigger. But yeah, I think in terms of obviously we're talking about how great he is currently. My question, and I know that all the other fans, obviously up and down North London and all over the world who are watching, is, you know, we could be one injury away from it all going belly up in terms of whether Jesus can stay fit. Obviously, I know his record isn't. His injury record isn't anything to be concerned about, but as you know, it's Arsenal. It is Arsenal we're talking about, so you are going to get like Van Persie, Tierney.
The only thing I don't want to happen is he plays too much. It's a bit. I'm not going to compare him to Jack Wilshere, but Jack Wilshere played a lot of games and he was worn out. So I don't want Jesus playing, you know, every single game.
But that could be the said for maybe Saka so far.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He hasn't necessarily been, you know, he hasn't. I think Jesus and Martinelli have kind of took the light off of him. Yeah. But I don't necessarily think that it is a concern for us to go, you know what, Saka's playing poor. We're kind of worried. But I think he will chip in. Yeah. I think it's just where at this present moment in time where Jesus is taking a lot of the attention away from and Saliba. Yeah. It kind of put shade on all the others, but not saying that they're not doing good. What do you say in terms of when you found out that Jesus was going to be joining Arsenal? What was your thoughts?
I think at first I was happy because of course we needed a striker, like desperately needed a striker. But at the same time I was obviously off air. I was talking to you about Isaac.
Yeah.
I was talking to you about loads of strikers. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, but I know about Ivan Toney, not from me. But I think Jesus he's kind of proved me wrong. Yeah. Because at City he was more of like a backup striker. You know, if you need a goal, bring him off he was more of a bench player. Yeah. So I wasn't too convinced, and the price tag, he only had 1 year on his contract, and then splashing 50 million on him. It wasn't very a convincing kind of buy, but at the same time I was kind of happy because we're making moves in the market for a striker. But he's proved me wrong.
In terms of where would you rate Jesus right now in terms of your top 3 strikers, or would you put him in that bracket?
I'd put him in the top 5.
Top 5.
Definitely put him in the top 5. I think there are strikers who, once they hit a good form, they're unstoppable. Okay. So he's definitely in my top 5.
In the comments, if you can, for us in the comments, if you can put a list of your top 5 strikers right now. Again, it might be the same as Kai's, who knows? But yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts in terms of your top 5 strikers currently in the Premier League. But yeah, I think when I found out that we was getting Jesus, for me, I was thinking, you know, the price tag. I thought, because again, he scores goals when he gets the opportunity, when he gets to run of games, and I thought to myself, 45 million, you know what? I'll take that. And I think the reason why I didn't really think too much about getting him, because again we were talking about
various other strategies.
And what Jesus was not even on the radar. And I think because he's happy at City, he's winning trophies, he's happy, so he's not necessarily going to be a concern. And to think, you know, someone who's 45 million price tag, to consider that they've scored 60 goals for City, and obviously a lot of that, and I think it was
162 appearances.
162 appearances. So how many of those? The question is, how many of those was off the bench?
Yeah, quite a few probably.
Yeah, and his shooting accuracy is 60.4%. So it is on the good side. The other thing what I was what caught my eye, is the 32 assists. So, you know, just like Henry, as well as scoring goals, he can assist. Yeah. And I quite like players like that can bring others in. Yeah. What was your take on, in terms of, again, what he's done at City and coming over? Did you think, was you quite optimistic that he can replicate what he's doing here, or?
To be honest, no. I didn't think it was going to go this well. I think the squad we had it's a very, very young squad we have. Yeah. So I think because he's played with so many experienced players and so many technical players, I think it would be a bit different, and it would take time for him to adjust. Yeah. But he's like I said, he's proved me wrong again. He's adjusted. He's, like I said, being a leader. So I'm very impressed with him.
Yeah, I think again, obviously, I know last season wasn't the best, because I know he scored 8 goals. I think with that tally again and the price tag, you're thinking, season, obviously again 4 of them was in one game, I believe. Yeah. So I think if you, for a neutral fan, you're thinking to myself, obviously he has potential, but I don't think he's played a full season to be able to, you know, get the goals. And I think, as we know, Arsenal are looking at, you know, a 20-goal season player. Like, obviously Sanchez was close to that.
We obviously had Aubameyang do it, but Lacazette.
Lacazette was unfortunate. I quite like Lacazette. I think with Lacazette, he worked hard, and again, as you saw in the All for Nothing, was the coach that he had, and he was trying to tell him, listen, you need to get more in the box, play it. So even they're telling him to get into the box. I just don't know whether he has the capacity to go, right, I'm going to come deep, hold it up, play it, then spin and get in behind the box. And I don't think he can comprehend that. No. So that was what let him down, because it was just the lack of goals and getting into the box. Because if you've got someone like Saka out wide, Cedric can cross a ball when he was playing, Turney can cross a ball as well. And I think maybe, I know Arsenal aren't renowned for their crossing, but I think if they do some cutbacks into the box, and then Lacazette will be in the box there or thereabouts to tap it in. In terms of the goals this season, how many goals do you reckon that he will score this season if he's injured?
In the Prem or all competitions?
In the Prem, and then we'll go all competitions. And
I think in the Prem, I think he'll get. So I don't want to be too biased right now. I'm thinking.
Well, you already slipped up on some other things, but go ahead.
I'll go 15 plus.
15 in the Prem.
15 plus.
Okay, I think that is enough to get top 4. I think, because then Martinelli will be chipping in. You know, Saka will be chipping in.
Maybe even Eddie will chip in.
Eddie will chip in when he gets his chance. So, you know, there are players. I'm hoping when Eddie chips in, it's not because of Jesus is injured. But, you know, if you know what I mean, it's about, you know, getting the balance right. And if you're getting goals from all over the pitch, you know, you're going to be very hard to
break down.
Not say break down, but you're going to be very hard to get beat. Yeah. So if again, from set pieces, Gabriel, Saliba, headers, or you know, with Saliba's great shot, fantastic. Again, wingers, Saka, Martinelli. Midfield, I don't want to say Partey because he's not renowned for his shooting. Some of these things go to Rosette, but I do like Xhaka can hit a ball, depending on who he's paired up with.
Odegaard can hit a ball.
Odegaard can hit a ball as well. So, and he picked up 2 over the weekend. So I'm thinking that if we're able to get goals all over. It's not just Jesus getting all the goals. We're getting goals from all over the pitch. And I think for me, that's why I would say at this present moment in time, I'm going to go with 15 as well.
15 plus or just 15?
Just 15 in the Prem.
Okay.
And obviously in all competitions, again, you might be playing, one of them in the Europa League where, you end up getting
that hat-trick or
hat-trick like that. So I think for me, it's I think 15 in the Prem and everybody else chipping in. I think we should be on course for at least top 4.
Hopefully.
As I thought, I think injury free. So long as he stays away from any niggles and stuff like that, I think he'd be fine. Is there anything else you want to add? Touch on?
No, I think we'll cover it.
So that will be the end of the show. Again, if you've got any thoughts on how Jesus has started, again, we'd love to hear it. Thanks for watching. Take care now. Bye.